Okay, so the thought for the day falls on me, and the theme is cracks, not crack, but cracks. So if we just say no to crack, well, I want us to just say yes to cracks, you know. Leonard Cohen, who's a songwriter, says, forget your perfect offering, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. So we need to embrace this kind of journey towards humility rather than a struggle for perfection. We're never going to get there, so you might as well let go of it. I remember I was telling a homie once how great he was, and he says, yeah, but I still have my blemishes. Well, yeah, that's sort of what the whole thing is. We have to be comfortable with the fact that there are cracks in everything. I remember two homies 20 years ago, young knuckleheads, you know, who were, one guy was called Cartoon and the other one was called Little Whisper, and they had a spray can and they had a big wall, and it was just too inviting to believe, so the Cartoon started to write, and Little Whisper was lookout, and then when Cartoon stepped back to admire their wall, he discovered that he had written Cartón and Little Wiper. So, you know, all of us have a letter missing, so you might as well get used to it. So we're called to love the imperfect, really, just to love it, not just accept it, but to love it. You know, Jesus says to the rich young man, only God is good, so relax. There are cracks in everything. So you cannot wait for things to be totally perfect or for people to be totally perfect in order to fall in love with them. Otherwise, you will never love anything or anyone. So instead, we can love everything. You know, in baseball, you know, there are errors. It's built into the game. That's sort of how it's supposed to be. Emerson writes, there's a crack in everything God has made. So get used to it and have a light grasp on setbacks and limitation and error and cracks. I remember a homie wrote me from prison, and he said, I have good news and I have bad news. And I don't know what to tell you first because you're not here in front of me. I'll give you the bad news. They added 6 months to my sentence. Yeah. And the good news is I just saved $100 on car insurance with Geico. Well, he was having a light grasp on setback and limitation. You know, God is like this amazing chef who doesn't waste anything. You know, he uses everything. Lemon rinds, bread crusts, pan drippings, limitations, setback, cracks, failings, sin, failure. He uses it all. Homies, I get thousands of letters from homies who are locked up, and most of them always end this way. P.S. Sorry, so sloppy. Well, welcome to the human race. Things are sloppy. St. Paul writes in 2 Corinthians, we hold this treasure in earthen vessels, that the surpassing power may be of God and not from us. We are afflicted in every way, but not constrained, perplexed, but not driven to despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. There are cracks in everything. It's how the light gets in.